All right. Here we go. Um, I'm Steve will be coming up. He was doing some stuff around the house, and I guess he's trying to get cleaned up before he comes up here, but he'll be joining me in a little bit. Uh, so I guess a couple of changes. Uh, I know we had kind of alluded to the fact the last time that we streamed that there might be a change of time. Uh, what it is, a lot of the times, especially like on this Saturday, where I'm working graveyard, I was starting to get real burned out with having to only sleep 2 or 3 hours and then hop on here, and then I'd be dead throughout most of the stream. So I kind of mentioned it to Steve if maybe we could move the time as to when we were going. And I also got a little bit of feedback from some of the people that like to watch the show that uh, at the time that they were doing it in the morning on the East Coast, it was like right in the middle of the day. It was like midday, and sometimes being a Saturday, it could kind of be an inconvenience. So we're still not set on a time. I did look at the Fish Fam calendar. There wasn't going on anything until probably 6 o'clock, and so that kind of gave us a little bit of time to do the live stream, at least at least anything that's scheduled. Although I'm seeing more and more nowadays that pop-ups are really becoming a thing, and it just kind of keeps things a little bit fresh. Sometimes it makes it difficult because people have to choose cartoons though. Yeah, I know that Steve was talking about double dipping, but I wouldn't be able to do that. There's no way I could keep that up. That would just be way too much on me. I kind of like this a little bit better, especially when I do the graveyard shifts, because it allows me to get some sleep in
I
before
know you
coming on
ain't
here. And
talking shit.
no, I'm not. I was waking time for you to get up here. No, I was just talking about the time change that we're kind of playing around with the timing, and I
What's
was
up,
trying to get
man?
some feedback.
Can you hear me?
A little low. Let me see. I don't know if I can control the volume actually. We're supposed to be able to do that, but that's for
I'm low.
me. General stream
I wonder why I'm
quality.
low.
You're probably too far
I'm gonna
away from the
turn you
mic.
down.
You might be too far away from the mic. Let's see, say something now. Okay. Or don't say anything. They say they can hear you. I can't even hear you at all now. I don't know what you did. Well, anyways, we've kind of been playing around with the idea of switching it up a little bit. Um, I know it's going to throw off some people's times that got used to doing this on Saturday mornings, but we're also hoping that we can reach a little bit more of an audience by going a little bit later in the day. So we'll see what happens because we were kind of stagnant. Our channel was not really growing. Not that we were doing the most excellent job of promoting the stuff that we were doing, but we're just gonna try to see that. I don't know what Steve did, but I can't hear him at all. I don't know if he can hear me. Okay, to restart. Yeah, we haven't even started, Jeff. So you're good. A late show. Yes, it's well, while Steve's working his technical issues on his side, let's get some little housekeeping out of here. I'd want to say thank you so much for Carr. He was the first one in here today. Skull Aquatics, Curtis, thank you for joining us. Tommy, um, Silver Creek Wildlife. I got to get used to that wildlife. I'm so used to aquatics. But, anyways, Tommy, thanks for being here. Only Oscars, June, thank you so much. Big Steve, Glassbox Creations, thank you for joining us today. Let's see, Lando, thanks for being here. And see, we have Smurfy Good Times. Hey, I recognize that name from Funk's live streams. Thank you for being here too. Let's see. We got Jeff Kane, Stella the Decoder. Thank you guys for joining us. Uh, and Mark Sterlson. Thank you for being here, Mark. And so, yeah, today's topic, I guess, if you guys couldn't tell by the thumbnail, uh, is going to be, I wouldn't say contentious. It's just, I think it's a good opportunity to talk about an issue and be able to educate, I guess. Well, although most of you guys, I don't need to go over this, but I guess it goes more importantly to point out that um, as content creators, we need to be a little bit more astute as to how we communicate because we get so comfortable being in our environment that sometimes we forget that people are listening and watching, and what you say gets recorded for infinity on the internet. Hey, Shady Grady, thanks for being here. I don't know what happened to Steve. He's totally gone. Are you there? Blink twice. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's gone. He just dropped out completely. And so it's one of those things. And and the reality or the big scope of it, it's not really that big of a deal, but it is. It is because we live in a time and age now where there's a lot of information. There's there's a lot of it's just a lot of awareness of different things. That's why you're not a real creator. I suck at communicating things. Well, it's what I'm getting at is it's to me it was just really lazy and ignorant um to kind of lump, I guess for lack of a better term, um a language, I guess. You know, it's I can't I just it can't comprehend in today's information um awareness that is out there that you know people that speak Spanish. It's not an ethic uh uh distinguish. There's just like you have a lot of people throughout the world in different countries that speak English. You don't say they speak Canadian, you don't say they speak American, you don't say they speak Australian, you don't say they speak British. Everybody speaks English. They're in different companies. I understand there's different intonations, different dialects. I get all that. Different slang. Uh, it's just that's understandable. But the language that those people speak or that we speak is English. It's real simple. It's English. How we use that English is varies from country, culture, all of that. But at the very core, it's the basic language, English. Nobody really speaks Mexican. Nobody really speaks Puerto Rican. Nobody speaks Dominican. Nobody speaks Venezuelan, Colombian, Argentine. No, we all speak Spanish. And to not know that in today's awareness in the media and all that is uncomprehendable to me. Yes, do we all speak it a little bit different? Do we use different words that mean a little bit different based on the culture that you are? Yeah, there is difference. I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that we use the original language in itself and make it our own. That's that's of course, even in this country, even though we all speak English, people in the South have a different uh, you know, accent and they use the same words differently. And sometimes we just invent words. Out here in the West Coast, we have our own, I guess, for a lack of a better term, dialect. But at the core of it, it's English that we speak. So my whole thing is, look, we're all here on social media making videos. We're communicating, we're speaking. I think he's back. Uh, hopefully he can connect. To not have the awareness that when you're referring to somebody's language, to call it by that. I don't know anybody that speaks Mexican. I know a lot of people that speak Spanish. I don't know too many people that speak Mexican. I don't know anybody that speaks Mexican. Now, do we have our own intonations? Do we have our own dialect? Do we have our own slang? Yes. Yes, we do. And no different than the United States, as big as a country as Mexico is, depending on where you go in Mexico, you're going to hear Spanish at its core with different slang being used. Us that are up here in the north, we're going to throw in a lot more English words in our vocabulary pronounced in Spanish. An example of that. For the longest time, I thought the correct word to say a parking lot was parking. And no, it's estacionamiento. But that's, at the core, I'm still speaking Spanish. So that was, with all this going back to the thumbnail and why this is even being brought up. Like I said, I wanted to be an opportunity to bring awareness and try to educate. I don't know what in the hell Steve's doing, but he can't seem to connect. Yeah, there's Spanglish, there's all of that, but nonetheless, it's a language. We all, you speak English, you speak French, you speak what other? I mean, there's different. You speak Chinese, you speak Japanese, you speak Korean. It's there's different languages. Hola a todos. Spanish from Spain. Sorry, couldn't resist. No hay problema, Daniel. But that's just to go out there and just plainly just and you could the biggest issue that I had with it, because I know we joke around. I know I'll joke around with other people, even English people. Oh, you speak Southern, you have a Southern drawl, or even in Spanish, even Funk and I. Oh, you're speaking Puerto Rican, you're speaking this and this and that. But in the context that is being said, you can tell it's being joked around. Um, Recently, Ben Ochart had released a video where he did a tour of the Ohio Fish Rescue. I normally don't watch their content, not because I have anything against them. It's just I'm not a it's not I'm not their audience base. I like Planet Aquariums, I like small fish. Um, I find them interesting, the big fish. I think some of those fish are very pretty, but it's it's not I'm not their audience. I just so happen to be watching it because I like what Ben Ochart does. I kind of identify with some of the stuff that he says. Um, we're from California, we're similar in age. We understand, he also speaks Spanish. So because he's actually Puerto Rican, well, he's part Puerto Rican. So, there's that connection that's there. So I've been a big supporter of his channel. So he was doing the tour there and everything was fine. I didn't have a problem with, I know there's a lot of information that's out there, especially about Ohio Fish Rescue, whether they do this or that. That's not, I don't care about that stuff. Um, I know they can be kind of polarizing. I know they've been accused of doing some shady stuff, I guess, if you want to put it that way. I don't follow any of that stuff. I watched their stuff eventually because I was kind of curious, but it's, like I said, it's not my audience. I mean, I'm not their audience. It's um what they're doing, I guess it's a good thing because they're providing a second chance for a lot of these fish to a point. I don't know. I don't want to get too involved as far as that. But anyways, as they're doing the tour of the installations, they come to this aquarium where they have some peacock bats. And I guess the species of the bass is azul. You know, that's what the species of that bass is, which that's fine. But I don't know if it was a state of mind that I was in or what it was, but it kind of rubbed me when he couldn't remember azul. So he asked, and I think a lot of it was just in the way that he asked the question that made me think, well, this guy really doesn't think about, he has a certain way that he speaks. I'm not even going to say behind closed doors, where some stuff that could potentially be pretty racial is kind of flung here or there, because it just the 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 comfort, the level of comfort which he made that comment and didn't even think about it or bat an eye, made me think that, okay, if he's willing to say this, what else is he saying behind closed doors? Because it wasn't a aha moment, kind of funny moment. It was just like all seriousness, clear as day. It was like, oh, what's Mexican for blue? And I was like, wait a minute, it was not like, what's Mexican for blue, haha, or no, he was very serious about it because he couldn't remember the word azul. And I don't know. I kind of took offense to that because, for one thing, I don't know anybody that speaks Mexican. I know people that speak Spanish, and I know the Spanish word for blue is azul. And you know, I I'm not saying that he needs to know how to speak the language, but you can understand that um, the language that most Latinos speak is Spanish. They're not speaking Puerto Rican. They're not speaking Dominican. They're not speaking Colombian. They're not speaking Mexican. So it's just I I don't know. What kind of bothered me more a little bit was him saying it, or Ben not necessarily calling him out on it. Because given that situation, I would have said, "Hey, wait a minute, you mean Spanish, right?" You know, and that would have been it. And he probably would have corrected himself and said, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'm sorry," or what, whatever. But yeah, it just kind of like, and let's move on. And I'm thinking there, wait a minute, uh, don't you just realize what you just did? And it's out there, it's just, I don't know. I I just didn't feel comfortable with that. So if you say, I guess I did take an issue with it, um, just because of the way it all went down to me. Maybe I'm looking into this way too much. I've never said in my life, "Can you teach me Mexican?" That's, and it might seem insignificant. I know a lot of people are going, "Oh, you're making entirely too much of a deal of this." Um, do people refer to that? Probably. I had never been privy to that. Um, so I just wanted to say something. It's kind of like, well, because if you don't call stuff like that out, people think it's okay. People will go under the assumption that it's okay to do that, and nobody will stand corrected. Um, I'm not looking for a public acknowledgement from them. Hopefully, this gets to his ears and he realizes that he made a mistake. It's a mistake, you know. It's a mistake that could be avoided in the future if you can learn from it. You good, man? There you are. What's up? I know you have your take on this, which is
What's up, man?
apparently my blood pressure.
I'm not carrying that shit. Fuck technology and censorship and comfort. All right.
All right.
It's my machine.
Oh,
I
you're having
figured it
issues with the.
out. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. That's why I said it. I'm not carrying it. Like part of it, that thing I did for the workshop for the VA, you know, for having the PTSD and shit, was it was called. It's like a call to action, like thing. But God damn it, I think I got it on the paper.
Oh
But
shit!
either way, personal accountability. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like we balls of energy floating around in the universe, manifested through our mama and daddy humping. Cool. All right. Well, I don't need to be sitting up here feeling like shit for innocuous things that don't matter because we carry them because we do care. You feel me? Hold on. And I ain't even talking about the shit, the fucking domestic blue. I'm talking about technology and just censorship in general. You feel me? Hold on. I figured out what's wrong with my goddamn machine.
It's old and antiquated. Hey, Skipper. Hey, Rico. Thanks for joining us. Let me catch up a little bit while Steve is over there.
This. You see it? Look.
A cable?
Look at it. Look.
Yeah. What about it? It's a plug.
Well, if it's in my hand with these wires showing, the motherfucker ain't charging my machine.
Oh, okay.
And I'm over here looking like an unprofessional buffoon. And I was telling you, I was like, nah, bro, it ain't the Wi-Fi. I paid good money for that Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I got a teenager in there, like at least 3 devices deep. He ain't bitching. He ain't came out the cave. Or like, hey, Dad. So I know my shit up. It's pumping. And I was like, no. And like, it got to where I had to go into the BIOS, the setup in the front of the actual computer and see what the hell. And it's this. So, yeah.
That's an easy fix. You just get a new cord, right?
Yeah. That day, yeah. Let me just get a new one.
So are you on your phone now or what?
Yeah, I'm on the iPhone now.
Looks better anyways.
Like, it's all good. Anyway, what's good, y'all? How's everybody?
Not much. I was trying to find out first of what their opinion was on this new time slot.
That's what's up. I mean, I'm okay. I was in the garden, man. I was in that motherfucker. Oh, boy. Hey, let me tell you something, Jack. Ever since little homie, and see, I feel better in the evening too. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. I'm finna flip. I don't like looking that way. I like looking this way. Hell yeah. So, what's the old buddy name that was on Nickelodeon and the Disney Channel and shit back in the day with Raven and them? Little light skinned homie. Oh my God, I'm having a brain for it. He went viral a while ago because he was like, these motherfuckers making us pay for grapes. And you know, he was tripping. Lettuce? Oh my God. Orlando Brown.
Okay.
Ever since he was spazzing about the grocery store and everything, I mean, I've always felt that way, but I just thought it was funny because him going viral, that's the litmus test, you did? That makes it relevant. That's that synergisticness of us humans, because the relevance is this motherfucker going viral for saying some off the wall, shop jock type shit. The fact that it went viral substantiates the fact that that sentiment is shared by all the people who hit the algorithm, and we know the algorithm is the people that made the shit go viral. You did?
Okay.
That's where I'm at, because I felt this way. So it's viral. That means people share those sentiments. So I started ramping it up more. Like, I'm always going to be construed as crazy. I've embraced it. So, might well just go ahead and be crazy then. But now, because it went viral, it's less crazy for me to be out in the yard planting food in crazy ass like spots. Like, I'm showing my son and I'm talking to him and I'm like, check this out. And I'm speaking sailor, all right? Knife hands, profanity. But it was all sincere, you know? It was a teachable moment. You know, there was no kind of animosity or malice. It was genuine. It was innocent. But I was like, check this out, son. I said, now imagine, right? If everything that grows was useful. And he was like, I said, now, it's 2024 and we got technology and science. These motherfuckers done took the damn DNA from a blueberry and put it in a tomato to make the tomato produce more lycopene and the other compounds. Anthocyanin actually is the one. And I was like, so you mean to tell me that these smart people at all these universities and institutions couldn't have figured out by now how to make everything outside that grows sustainable, productive enough to not make a mess, just productive enough to be useful? Because I already see your brewing and stewing. It's going to clean up the mess. You've been indoctrinated too. And if it just everything, because I was like Pete Gang. I said, you know how like when we go home and we go see our abuela and eat and stuff like that, and everything is there, criollo, and he's like, yeah. I was like, mangoes, aguacates, bruh, pico de gallo. You can go outside and pick a whole fucking sofrito, and it's all growing outside, the whole thing, and ain't nobody trying to be cute, trying to get clout, nothing. It just happens. I'm gonna be 1,000. 99.9% of the time, they ain't even plant that shit. The chickens did. Or it came from scraps. And who's us to waste, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go outside and you look and you see like this big ass tomato plant that just appeared. It was innocuous to you because it just blended in with all the rest of the green shit. Creciendo, donde la mata. You know what I'm saying? And then you see red and you look and you're like, oh, it's a tomato. And then boom, there them go. And bro, there's beans, there's papaya, everything, right? So me and my son, we vibing on this. And I was like, so I got to humming. I said, so by the time I finish and I walk my ass across this stage and I get my doctorate in, goddamn it, sustainable growth systems and greenhouse technology, I said, I'll be trying to figure some of this shit out. I said, because the cement on the patio has cracked, you know, as the foundation shifted. This house was built, shit, before we was swimming in ball sacks. That's for damn sure. Way before. And I'm like, well, why do I have to deal with the pest control people, blah, 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 right? Coming to foam up the crack, spray poison, eradicate weeds, etc. Because you want to mitigate that stuff ASAP so it don't cause more damage. I get it. So I was like, well, nature do it. And my son, Dad, I was like, look. I said, you saw these goddamn weeds right here? He was like, yeah. And I was like, because he was getting ready to go huffing and puffing and shit. And I was like, I'm not going to make you clean them or cut them with scissors or do no military ass punishment. Like, all right, get this toothbrush, and I want you to take this toothbrush and this popsicle stick, and I want you to scrape every weed out of them cracks and then come get me. He thought I was going to tell him that. I was like, nah. What if we replace these weeds with something edible? And I was like, because everything edible is a weed somewhere, especially culinary herbs. I said, wouldn't it be cool if your whole yard was fucking tarragon and rosemary and oregano and instead of grass? Like, obviously don't cook from the part that the dog pees on. You should be washing your food any damn way. But that would be dope. So that's what I was doing. I got thyme, tomillo, the herb, but they sell these little gimmicky things. I always like to do the gimmicky things that they have at the dollar store or, one of the derivatives of a dollar store, right? And I got a few because they're like $1. I got this strawberry growing one, which is cool. And then there's this one, it's like a herb rocket. And all it is the horticulture fabric laced with the seed and got the inoculant and a little bit of time release fertilizer. It's in the poofy. It's that poofy shit. You know the green stuff that you see when they do the grass seed?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that. It's a roll of that. And they got the different whatever you trying to grow, dill pickle, freaking whatever. So I was like, this is the shit right here. Because per the instructions, you're supposed to roll it up, loosely in a circle like this. You put that in the pot. You bring the dirt up to the same level, flush, but you don't cover it. And then you keep it moist until it germinates. And then it rockets up. That's the gimmick. It's cool. So I was like, bruh, this ain't nothing but organic crack sealer. So I was like, hey, ain't nobody gonna fucking tell me what to do with my $1.25. I ain't following no instructions. I'm assuming the whatever happens, if they don't grow, is what it is. So, like, if you unroll it, it's like a whole roll of that fluffy blue stuff with the thyme seeds in it. So that's what the hell I was doing. I was cutting it into the shapes of them cracks. And I didn't put it everywhere. I want to see. You feel me? So like the most protected ones, like where no traffic is, basically. But it's still feasible for something to grow there. It gets sun, it gets rain, blah, blah. So that's what I was doing. I was tucking it in them cracks because I want to see if it grows up and looks real nice. You feel me? So
You're doing this on your sidewalk?
yeah. Well, on the patio, in the backyard.
But
yeah.
At the edges of cement? Or
the whole patio is a slab, right?
Yeah, I get that.
It's cracked. Inside them cracks, yeah.
But isn't that going to separate your cracks more?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's an herb.
Okay.
It's growing in that dirt that
I get
that.
Space. I get that, but
I'm seeing. I did what you're saying. It don't grow like its growth habit ain't to where like the weeds that I do pull, like dandelions and shit. Yeah, they got big tap roots. They look for water. It's gonna push and split. Like you tracking, bro. Yeah, and that's what the whole, you know, me and my son Byron, like I was taking it there. Like we're too fucking smart. So I'm like, wait a minute. Because in English gardens and in Italy and Mediterranean gardens especially, oh, that's a thing already. Stuffing herbs and cracks in the garden. It looks cool. It's low maintenance. It's beneficial. It smells good. Ain't no way in the hell you gonna eat it all. But the fact that you can, it just make it that much better. You feel me? You gonna find some shit to do with it.
I could understand if you were living in a place where you're confined by space, you know, you had a very limited amount of space that you're
But I
trying to
mean, shit.
maximize. But
I live
to
in
there,
Houston,
to me,
bro.
it just kind of seems counterproductive.
How?
And well, because you're creating more damage to the patio, and
It's not gonna damage it though. It just grows in that space. There's
yeah, but you
dirt
got to
over
water
there.
it, right?
Huh?
You got to water it.
Hell no. That's the point.
Okay.
That's the point. That's why I
So
was
how
like,
does it
bro, ain't
grow if
no
you
way in
don't
the
water it?
hell. Huh?
How does it grow if you don't water it?
Rain.
Again, you're going to water it. And water, you're using water.
But rain gets in there anyway, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, it's your patio.
Like, like, like it's in there anyway. It's a done data. That ain't connected to nothing structural on the house though.
Uh,
You see what
well,
I'm saying? It's
yeah.
separate.
Okay.
No, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm tracking, but no, and it's gonna. I'm gonna see that
It's just
whole.
a slab in the backyard that
Yeah,
that
but
was
the whole thing is dedicated to growing.
okay.
It's covered, well, growing, barbecuing, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's all hooked up for plants. It's the whole thing is yeah, you know, but I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens. The point being, like I was explaining to him how the reason we don't have that here is because of municipalities, And I was like, I wasn't politically correct. I was like, I told you I spoke Sailor. I was like, the reason we don't have them is, it's multifaceted.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it
I said,
all depends how
number
woo you want to
one,
get.
number one is motherfuckers don't want to see nobody else have it shit. Number two, people stupid, they probably wouldn't eat the shit. Number three, it's America. Don't nobody want nobody coming in their yard trying to get pears and oranges and mangoes and shit. Number four, it stink. It'll make a mess. It'll attract vectors, roaches, rats, shit that's gonna come eat that fruit that's rotten. So I would just give him a handful, and I was explaining to him they bred these trees then, entonces, so that they would flower because the flowers are beautiful, and they wouldn't make fruit. They make these little ones.
Yeah.
And then I was just explaining to him like how some trees are male and some are female. You got to have one of each, and like they were just manipulating that shit. And I was just explaining to him, don't be a piece of shit. Like,
Wow.
I'm
Well,
gonna tell you, I'm about to like knowledge is good, and the choice that you make with said knowledge to do said thing is your choice. That's it. That's literally it. So now, um, why'd you say your blood pressure was all up? What's the business? Like, what are we? What's going on? Are we into it? Because I don't know what
Yeah,
I missed.
but you missed it. You missed most of it already.
Give me like a reader's
No, just
digest
basically what it
rundown.
was. What it was is the laziness and the ignorance of not wanting to understand the difference or why it's incorrect to refer to everybody that speaks Spanish as Mexican or that Spanish is Mexican. Instead of just saying, what's this in Spanish? To be so lazy and so ignorant to not
Uh,
understand.
I wouldn't use those words.
Okay.
I wouldn't use those. Um, not ignorant. No.
Well, at the root of it, it is ignorance. At the root of all racism, there's ignorance. At the very core of it, it's ignorance.
I'm waiting for
Because
you to substantiate how.
because it's basing a belief on a lack of information.
That's not ignorance, big bro. That's just bad philosophy. Google Clifford, he said it. So it's 2024, the year of our Lord. Everybody, and I do mean everybody, is walking around with a fucking microcomputer in their pocket. And I said everybody. I don't care if they rocking the. Have you seen them? Where they make their sandals at the goddamn bicycle tires,
Okay.
but they got a phone. So everybody got one. So like, there's this phenomenon, right? I gotta do this real quick, y'all. Give me one moment. I gotta put my focus on because it's about to be one of them episodes. Hold on. I'm gonna go like this, just so I can put my focus on. Yeah. This one is called Leave Me the Fuck Alone. Literally. I could screenshot it, but I don't think that's appropriate. All right. So, like everybody has one of these things. And I think we use that word ignorant, right? I think people ignorantly use the word ignorant. It's incorrect. Like, ignorance is lack of knowledge of something, which, like, there's no choice. There's no choice
Okay.
implied. There's no choice intrinsic to it. Like, we turn the word ignorant into a pejorative term, and it's not. It's not. It was never meant to be a pejorative term. It's just a truth. I'm ignorant to a lot of shit. Everybody that exists is ignorant to a lot of shit. And it's okay. Ah, stupidity. That's a choice, my friend. When
Okay.
you have the information, when you have the evidence, when it's been proven, understood, accepted to be irrefutable, and you still choose to go your own way, which is a choice, it's freedom of fucking speech, but that's stupidity. And
Yep.
so, like, the problem is, this is what's wrong with society, bro. The inmates are running the fucking prison, okay? And we live in this bullshit ass euphemistic society, right? Where people don't know the definitions of words. And you can't have a conversation with a motherfucker because they get offended for everything And they literally don't know what the fuck you talking about. Because they literally don't. They do not. But things that should not have virtue attached to them do. I'm going to give you an example. Self-reliance, sustainability, self-preservation, all that good shit that we got taught in the 80s, popsicle fall in the dirt. What'd you do? Rinse it off. You don't throw it away, run the house. There is no another one. The fuck? So, like, we attach virtue to people who are self-sufficient when we shouldn't. But that is the litmus, right? That just goes to show where our paradigm is, where we are as a society, right? Imagine that we like booty patting each other for being self-sufficient in the year of our Lord. Like, it scares me, bro, because like what in the next in 40 years, 50 years, we're gonna be attaching virtue to people who can run, jump, walk, climb. Like, man, look at him. Look at that motherfucker. He walking his ass off, man. I remember when I used to go walk, and then you pushing the button on your little scooter thing. You feel me? But that's what we doing now.
Yeah.
Because 30 years ago, 40, 50, I say 50 years ago, 50. And I ain't that old. But I'm saying, like, I know my granny and them, they was mean as fuck. So, had to be about 50 years ago, bro, they wasn't attaching no damn virtue to no being self-sufficient. Duh. They would be on the strength of, and what you want, a fucking cookie? You feel me? Like, if you don't get your ass out my face.
Well, growing up,
you're selfish. You arrogant. You what? What you want me to do? You feel me? Like, check yourself before you wreck yourself. So it's like, my point, I'm bringing it back in my point, this euphemistic society that we live in, right?
Okay.
It's opposite day. The inmates running the prison. And it's not even on the strength of racism, like offending people, ignorance for the sake of the conversation, stupidity. It's not even about that. It is about how innocuous it is in our society, in our language, in our behavior. And I say our, I mean Americans. Okay? And then I was thinking about this shit. The whole thing. Do you know what the tu quoque fallacy is?
No.
In philosophy?
No.
Huh?
No, I don't.
It's been a minute. So it would be like your teenager coming to you and saying, how can you punish me, Dad? You're a hypocrite. You cuss all the time. And that's that tu quoque fallacy. Because you do it, I should too. So that's what's always thrown when this topic comes up. Because it's a contentious fucking topic. So it always gets thrown out like the N word, women calling each other the B word, whatever. Okay? And I bring up the tu quoque fallacy philosophy that because it's the gaslighting of it that pisses me off. I'm not going to be eloquent anymore. Fuck that. It's the gaslighting of it. Okay? And I'm going to break it down for you like this. Motherfucker will be like, Well, y'all call each other the N-word all the time. And then slick nigga like me will be like, so you're going to tell me that you don't know and understand, not only are we using the word in a different context, in an endearing manner. So you're going to tell me, A, that you don't understand that, and B, this is the fucked up part, and B, that when you motherfuckers do use it, you always use it as a pejorative, so it is always different, and no, you can't fucking say it. Don't insult my intelligence, though, with that bullshit. That is what pisses me off. And I ain't the one to be kissing nobody's ass to play with some motherfucking fish. Let's just have that be like made known and clear. Like the games, you know? And it's that, Google the word innocuous. It means small. It means slight. It means no big deal. The reason that shit, the very fact that it is so innocuous, and then you motherfuckers have the audacity to be like, it's not systemic. Bitch, the fact that you have the balls to say that shows that it is. I bet you can't tell me what the whole title of Darwin's book is. Theory of evolution and what? Fuck out of here. So, how do I feel about Mexican and Blue? I don't. There's Duolingo. There's Google Translate. There's all kinds of shit. It is what it is. At the end of the day.
It's just at the very core of it. I mean, to not really understand that it's not Mexican, it's Spanish. The language that you're hearing is Spanish.
Well, yeah.
That's where I kind of, it's like, really, dude? In 2024, you have not figured out that it's not Mexican when people are speaking, it's Spanish.
Which is a European language from Europe, because Spanish
from
people
Spain
are European that are white.
Which at its core, Spanish is an influence of Arabic.
Saying, that's how saying Mexican and Blue is fucking racist, because you're associating some stupid shit with shit that don't go with it based on some deep-rooted shit in you. Own it. I mean, I play by the rules. I play by the rules. Since everything has to be categorized and articulated and proven and substantiated, y'all play with me if y'all fucking want to. We can do that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Car is hitting a lot.
I play by the rules.
Car is hitting a lot of stuff that you and I have had conversations over the years. So, it's just, yeah, that's a whole other wormhole.
I bet you can relate to this, Jorge. I know you can. Let me ask you. Do you ever feel like, and if you do feel this way, do you get tired of being people's safe Mexican?
I don't think I am. I've never looked at myself that way. I mean,
well, let me explain what I mean. So, to where like you have whatever your multi-ethnic group of friends, but you the Mexican though. So all the Mexican related stuff is geared toward you. Like you got to be the spokesperson for the Mexicans.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to be the spokesperson. I'm just
But
trying to
like,
bring
have you
light
ever
to us.
experienced that?
You know what? It's honestly no, and here's why. I have sort of been in a bubble because the predominant ethnicity where I've grown up are Mexican. I would say
Yeah.
80% of the community is Mexican, but that's because we're so close to the border. So close to the border.
About
Yeah, we
more than
do
that.
have,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, we do have Puerto Ricans, we have Dominicans, we have uh all other parts of the country, we have Anglos, we have Asians, but they're a smaller percentage.
Right.
They're a very small percentage. They're fractions of a percent because we're mostly here are Mexicans because we just somebody one day the government woke up and said this part here now just belongs to the United States and you
Y'all know how they
people,
move.
yeah, you know, same thing that happened in Texas, it's just no different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Well,
it's
you know what it is. And I'll say this because I don't want to talk about fish. I hate this stupid shit, man. I tell my son this all the time, and I've told you this. I think I told you my definition for racist because I told white boy Tommy this shit. I told a lot of people. I know I told Mark, uh, Paul, Paul Quarters. I told him. So racism, right? Racism is a shitty excuse for a shitty motherfucker to be shitty to another person. I didn't call that person that. But yeah, that's it. It's just a shitty reason for a motherfucker to be shitty to somebody. Like, it's so stupid. Like, biologically, there's no such thing as white people or black people, number one. Number two, like, we supposed to be smart, bro. How come motherfuckers can't go read and see, like, when the
well, it's
words white and black became relevant and why and what they changed in the Constitution and why they changed it and how and who it applied to. Like, learn what paper genocide is. How the fuck, like, I don't know, 100 years ago, we was fucking mulatto. And then 50 years before that, we Indian. And then 50 years before that, like, go read and learn shit. We're supposed to be smart.
but that's the thing though. Access to that information has been trying to be suppressed as the years go by. It makes it harder and harder to find that information.
Because we're figuring out that goddamn grapes have seeds in them and we got to pay for that shit when it's free. Like, I was thinking about something cool. Because I don't want to talk about that shit no more. It's dumb. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I
I'm pretty
mean,
sure. Like, is it a big deal? No.
no,
I don't give a fuck.
no, it's
I don't
not.
care.
I mean, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just it's an unfortunate that it
It's
that
the I don't give a damnness.
mm,
That part.
well, where I was trying to get at within our community, and I mean, the hobby. It's it's in poor taste or whatever you want to call it, but it's not gonna stop me from doing what I'm doing and enjoying what
Nah.
I like to do, and it's not gonna stop me from uh, interacting with everybody, and so it's just.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, if it was I'm always trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm not gonna, you know me. So if it was a slip up or if it was, something that you weren't thinking about, hey, I just called you out on it. Make sure it doesn't happen again. Period. Let's move on. You know, let's get on with it. Let's do other stuff that's more important or
I
more.
told you what triggered me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it again. It's the gaslighting.
Yep.
Like, and juxtaposed to this situation independently, I don't care about that. It's dumb. We talking about racism in general, like as it is when people say shit. And what I'm doing is substantiating the whys to the hows, which is how we got on this fucking topic in the first place. I'm trying to give fuckers a slice of the how come, the why. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's the gaslighting, bruh. Hey, I get it. Ain't nobody trying to be a jerk. I hope not, too. So, like, if I say some racy shit that's sketchy, somebody call me out on it, I'm gonna be embarrassed as hell. I'm probably gonna tell the fuck off or something. Or
You
it
see,
depends how it catch me. That's what it
I
it's gonna depend. But I'm trying to be honest, bro.
yeah,
You know, best case scenario, I know me too, and be pragmatic about it and be like, damn man, I didn't mean to upset you. That's gonna be the core of it. Fuck you or not. Depending on, choose your own reaction.
yeah.
But the core of both of them from me is, damn, I wasn't trying to be a jerk. My bad.
Yeah.
And then, don't nobody like to be taught. They wrong. Fucking what? Education. Understanding. That's what we got.
Yep.
So, yeah, bro, it ain't here to bash nobody. So please don't do that. We're not here for that. Shouldn't even have to say that. We grown. But I'm going to disassociate myself from any fuckery directed toward anybody. Like, that's the whole point. Like, that's why I got triggered in the first place. Like, don't do that. It's not directed toward nobody. Like, do your thing.
All right. So
I'm showing the slice up.
We've kind of beaten that.
Beat it.
So, but let's move on to something different then.
Yeah.
Talking about this whole. I'm gonna be honest with you. The morning slot was good. I have mixed feelings about it, but I think
this
we've kind of hit a wall.
This feels good.
We've kind of hit a wall in the morning. I don't see us. I didn't see us growing as much as I expected. It seems to me that the way we like to do the streams, it's more suited for a little bit more in the afternoon kind of thing. I don't think a lot of people like to wake up and hear colorful language first thing in the morning.
Well, that's why I'm doing it more now too. And also,
especially because in the morning, if you're listening to this and you're trying to make
better.
You're just trying to make breakfast for your kids and all that stuff, and to hear us two up here,
bro,
running our.
You want to talk about something crazy? So I watched this movie, bro. You watched the movie with the dogs yet?
Which one?
Fucking no. It's got Jamie Foxx and them in there. I don't even know what the hell it's called. It was on Prime this morning because I passed out on the couch and then rolled over and rolled on the goddamn Prime button and the shit came on. So I was like, fuck it. I watched it. You feel me? But it's some dogs. It's a Boston Terrier. That's Jamie Foxx.
It's a cartoon.
Huh?
Is it a cartoon? Animated or what?
It's a live action movie.
Oh,
you remember Home Alone or not? Home
Alone?
Yeah. With the cat and Fido and all them Shadow. That was a good ass movie. And Patch. Oh. I watched those. I'm over here going down nostalgia. You don't remember those movies?
Yeah, I do. So what about the movie though?
Cool, man. This one wasn't that. It wasn't nothing but cussing in there, bruh.
Street dogs.
Like, bruh, I'm not gonna spoil it because you ain't seen it, but bruh, nope. So put it to you like this. It would be like if me and you was having a conversation and we was going down memory lane and we was talking about these dog movies, right? And we was like, what if we made the dogs talk and they had to go on their journey and shit? But instead of it being all wholesome, they talk like people, like normal grown-ups, like cussing, chasing prostitutes and shit. Exactly. And you laugh, and I say, fuck it, we do it. And boom, make a movie. And, you know, I call big homie Jamie Foxx, hey, you from Texas, I'm from Texas. Let's get this. Boom. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was funny, though. It was good. I mean,
so,
you know.
Just from seeing the interaction on the chat, it seems
I haven't
like
seen the chat. I can't.
Yeah, no, I know. It seems like the time slot change is, for the most part, most people have kind of liked it a little bit. So it's something we're gonna try. Definitely, I kind of like it a little bit better because I'm not falling asleep up here. It allows me to be able to get at least a little bit more continuous sleep in the morning, and you know, because I'm not 20 anymore, so I started noticing that I start hitting a wall by like day 6 of my shift if I don't get to sleep a little bit more. But yeah, that seems to be the general consensus. They like the later one a little bit better. I know Saturdays mornings could be a little bit hectic sometimes because we're trying to do stuff with the kids and with the family and doing things like that. So I think for moving on forward, the only thing I need to figure out, not so much 10 p.m. is a sweet spot. Yeah, for us in the East Coast, I mean the West Coast, it is. Everybody else is asleep, and the only thing I need to figure out is the frequency we're going to do this. Because if we stay on the current schedule, that would put me when I do my 2 to 10s, it's going to be during my work schedule, but I'm sure we're going to figure something out, and we'll continue to do this. You all right, Steve?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. They're kind of trying to trigger me for a spell. I had to turn the bitch off, man. Like, you know, me and you have talked personally about that. You know that. I don't like being gaslit. Oh,
yeah,
geez.
I know.
Ooh,
I get that.
I'll be ready to fight you.
So, you know, like I said, we'll work on the schedule a little bit more. I know we didn't post anything leading up to this because be honest, Steve has been like super busy, and I've kind of been busy because I took on that project. And if it wasn't for Steve waking me up this morning, going, "Hey, are we going our normal time slot or what are we doing?" I didn't even get around because we had this conversation, and I just never got back to Steve. And so that's on me. But I think I kind of like this time slot.
I mean, had I not been gardening, like now that I done drove the car, I would drive the motherfucker again. You feel me?
But then again, we don't have to be married to having to be on a Saturday either. Because I know weekends can get real challenging for people because there's a lot of stuff. I know you have a lot of family functions on the weekend.
Yeah.
So, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Saturday. Maybe we experiment with something midweek, beginning of the week when things are a little bit more of a slower going on, so that people are not having to try to be here and there at the same time.
No, don't do that.
Well, it's because you got both mics on.
There it is.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
Nothing. Look at the comments now. All right, we here now. Oh shit, I'm in these comments, boy.
I wasn't planning on going too long today because we really didn't have a Wednesday do a poll. Yeah, I guess we could do it. Definitely. I know Stella's telling us to do a poll. I had actually seriously looked at Wednesdays though. Wednesday or Tuesday. Monday seems to be a little bit heavy with people going on. Obviously Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you know, there's a lot of traditional streams that are going on during that time. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's best if we all kind of try to work with each other because we all kind of share the same audience anyway. So that way we're not putting people in a situation where they can't. They you know, I just think it'll be better in the long run.
I think so. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm over here reading these comments, and
Yeah, I know. But like I said, I don't have very much. It was just kind of wanted to touch on that little
well,
thing, and then
nah, bro. We gotta talk about fish, bro. Screw that. So,
yeah, I know.
did you tell them about the project?
No, I did. I haven't. Not most of the people here
Are you
following
gonna?
me anyway. So, but yeah, what Steve is going talking about it, in case somebody doesn't realize it.
Well,
On our Facebook group down here locally, there's two like different fish related pages that are for hobbyists here in the Yuma area. And probably less than a year ago, in our downtown area down here, they opened up like a children's museum. I think it was this summer, as a matter of fact, at the beginning of the summer. It hasn't. I don't think they had their first year anniversary, if I'm mistaken. But either way, they had posted on those pages that they were looking for somebody that was willing to donate an aquarium, a complete aquarium setup. They wanted something that was between 60 and 75 gallons. And they had been having a lot of interest, but it was always, a couple of people here saying, well, I have some fish, I have some that, and they were going to have to get stuck trying to put everything together. When I saw that, it just so happened that I have some extra tanks in here from stuff that I've received from other people. As a matter of fact, it's kind of really neat how things work out, because the guy that gave me those aquariums, he goes, I'm going to give them to you because you're always finding people that you can give stuff to and stuff, and if you're not using it. And I didn't think much of it at the time. I just said, okay, I'll take it in here, and it's been just kind of sitting there collecting dust. And it just so happened that this opportunity came up, and I had the aquarium, I have the plants, I had everything that they were looking for, and it wouldn't take me very much to do a stand for a 75 gallon. It doesn't, it's not that difficult to do. So the idea when I reached out to them was, I wasn't gonna, not that I wasn't looking for help, but I didn't want to impose this on anybody else. It was a project that I was willing to take on. You have no audio. It was a project that I was willing to take on, because I knew I could take it on. It wasn't with the expectation of having other people reach out and help me do a project that I committed to. But as things are, and as kind as everybody is, immediately when they found out that I was doing this, I started getting a bunch of support. Steve, you were one of them. It was so funny because immediately it was like, dude, I want to be able to hook you up with the plants and the fish. And I was like, okay. I already had kind of an idea what I was going to do there, but now given this opportunity, it opened up to be able to do something that was outside of
bro,
my
you said it's for the kids, though.
Yeah, it is for the kids.
Man,
and it made it so that now my possibilities got extended, and it granted me an opportunity to do something that I think is going to be even nicer than what I originally was.
Is it that offline thing we had said?
The Children's Museum.
Right. But is it just this one? You know what I'm saying, right?
Oh, for the time being, yes. It's going to be that.
That's all. Yeah,
but the idea or the goal, and this is why I've told people, don't worry about it. If you really want to get involved and help, there's going to be an opportunity, because the idea.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the idea is to maybe on a yearly basis do a rescape entirely of that aquarium, and when that happens, I only have a limited amount of stock that I have access to. But then if people want to get involved and they want to donate stuff like that, then yeah, we can work something out.
Yes.
Where if you want to contribute to that project, you're more than welcome to. But this time around, it's just happened so quick, and the turnaround on it is relatively quick. They have a deadline. They want to have it up and running no later than the 22nd. So I don't want to wait till then because the aquarium still needs to cycle. The plants need to establish themselves. So the quicker I can get this set up and running, the better it's going to look by the time that they want to do they're doing an exhibit opening, uh,
Hey,
a new section
bro,
a new
bro,
section in the museum, and they want to highlight the aquarium while they're at it since they're going to have people there.
we're going to talk after this, but I was thinking about them babies this morning, and then I was thinking about because I don't want to divulge too much. It got to be a surprise.
Yeah.
I'm romantic like that. I talk a
Yeah.
lot of shit. I'm loud, blah blah blah. But I got a big heart. I love to love. I don't care.
Yeah. So I know I've had people reach
It's a
out,
good
and I've
mix.
told them, I said, look, don't think that I don't want to accept your support, but I think right now we've got it covered for what this is going to be. Um, but there's going to be plenty of opportunity in the future, hopefully. And I don't know if anybody watched that video when I did the tour of the inside. She even alluded to possibly even doing a wall full of maybe like 20 longs or 20 highs that we can set up where we can have different, other species.
Hey, you
And
know what? Sorry
yeah,
about that, y'all. This part, that the other wall dedication. So I want to ask if I can do something. Um, Silver Creek, you know he be doing his thing, and me and you had talked about it, but I haven't had a chance to hit him up. So I want to do that now. If he in here still, I don't know. Look like it. Yeah, he in here. Um, do that idea and send one of those over there too, like to go with it, and then I can them expensive, but I don't care. It's for the babies. I can put
those
together a
would be
package of
those would be
Solangias.
perfect to do like a thematic, um, like a fantasy aquascape.
Bro, he got some. I got some that he did. Tommy, I don't care. I love you, boy. I finna show your shit off. Bro, you remember you texted me your layout of this tank you finna skate. I'm laughing because bro, we can't draw worth the shit. And I'm sitting up here trying to laugh at your ass. And I was digging in some notebooks and I had filed a couple of sketches of some tanks I had sketched up because I was just brainstorming with the homies and shit. Boy, you know what it looked like? One of them football plays we used to draw in the dirt with a stick. We was kids. It looked fucking terrible.
Hey, I
So,
never bragged about being an artist, but
but
the concept is what I was trying to
exactly.
bring across.
That's all. Because it always work out. Like tanks look good.
Yeah.
So looking at that when you showed me, you texted me. Hell, I got a picture of one. Let me get it. It'll go with the one you already finna do. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't. Hold on. I'll be damned. I might as well show
Yeah.
them
So
all.
that's I'm as a matter of fact, I need to reach out to them to see if I can have the stand on site on Monday. And I can take the glass box on Tuesday, start doing the hardscape. Your plants are scheduled to be here on Monday, supposedly.
Yeah, I saw that. Pissed me off.
So
It's all good though.
no, it's okay. So I can start doing what I need to do
You see
and get
that?
it up and running. Yeah, I have one of those too that he sent me.
Like, it's like Avatar, bro. Right?
Yep.
And then look at this one. This one's like Sakura, like Dragon Ball Z. Man, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Look at that,
Yeah.
bro. I already ordered some frames. This look dope. Driftwood, shitload of seals. You know, Solangias, the air plants, right? Like right there. and then how you got it, how you gonna have it with, your accoutrement, bro. Maybe they'll put some
Well,
plants in there,
one
like
of the things
house plants.
that they alluded to when we first had the initial meetup was that she was really interested in doing like a native tank. And when she said that, my ears perked up. But I told her, I said, look, if you're trying to do something that's enticing to the kids, I don't think a native aquarium is really what you're looking at, because the fish are going to be pretty not as colorful as what you would get up for tropical fish that you can set up in there.
Yeah.
It's just and if she's really trying to do a native tank of this region, it's not going to have a whole lot of plants. It's going to be mostly um, like a drain ditch, what you
Well,
see in a drain ditch. And but I can make it
you're an
work,
artist, ain't you?
Yeah, I can make it work. But
Hey, man.
what I'm thinking is it has to be a plywood aquarium. It's not
Okay.
going to be where it's a top view, and it's not going to be very high. It's got to be at a certain slant.
Oh, that's that moving river joint you was
Yeah.
telling me about, Sean.
Yep.
Okay, that's a bet.
And but that's got to be long, because it's got to be able to have all that movement to be able to see it. And obviously,
This
I don't want to.
opportunity for the symbiosis to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
And basically recreate a ditch that we have out there, and that's something that I would be able to pull off, and actually take native plants that are out there. I can go collect those and put them in that system.
Man, you know who? You know what else though? Big homie Kenny.
Yeah.
How he did that one, that
Oh no,
river joint.
this one's got to be longer though. If I really want to do
But
it
I'm
right,
just saying that whole
yeah,
joint, something like
it,
that.
and it can't be
kids love it.
I don't think I could do it glass if what I have in mind to be able to do it. It's going to be too heavy, too big, too expensive. I can pull off a plywood setup. It's not going to be very deep either. It's got to be relatively
So
shallow.
like 3-sided plywood sealed with a plexi front, or all four?
No. It's a top view aquarium.
Just top, also a plywood tub essentially.
Basically, if you can
Gotcha.
imagine an elevated planter.
Okay, like this one behind me, this box.
Yeah, but
Okay.
like high, sitting where it's just probably chest level for the kids,
Like that.
that they can look down. Yes.
Okay.
Long and narrow. It's going to be long and narrow. It's got to be at least 10 feet long.
That shit was expensive too. But yeah.
It's got to be at least 10 feet long so you can see the water movement as it trickles down the waterway.
Hey. And then put some, oh my God, and then the Kessel lights and all that to shimmer. And bro, that's a diorama for real.
Exactly. And that would be like the ultimate setup for that place.
I had to bring my ass down there to help you with that. You ain't but
we're talking we're talking for a project several years down the road.
No one knows. We'll probably be doing that shit by Christmas.
Well, what I'm getting at is it would be something that I could be able to do because of the revenue that I receive from YouTube. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's not something that I don't. It's not a GoFundMe. It can't be that. It's got to be something that we can put together and be able to do.
Oh, bro, you already know what time it is, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to depend on nobody, bro. We grown, we men, 10 toes down. I got money. You spend your money on what you want. You feel me? Yeah. It is what it is. So yeah,
and now,
if it's for the babies, it's for the babies.
That would be to me like the ultimate exhibit. It would almost be cool if it could be set up somehow where the kids could actually play with the water, the rocks, and all that stuff. But I don't know. That's what
I was asking you, bro. Like a touch pond, bro. That shit.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey.
Obviously, it's not going to be a fast-moving water system because the ditches out here are not fast-moving. It's really slow, gradual movement of water.
Let me ask you something. It's kind of, I've been seeing it in the realms of the fish policing. I didn't know. I mean, to me, I don't give a shit. But how do you feel about Dr. Fish? So it's what is it? Wanda Guerra species,
Oh,
but it's the one, when they eat the dead skin.
yeah.
So the reason I bring it up is because, like, obviously my brain is going indexing like the bazillion species in here. Like, which ones? Because we're not finna put no stingrays with the babies.
No, no,
No,
no.
no fresh water. They just know. So
Nope.
I was like, well, shit, bro. People be having lotion and cologne and all kind of shit, and they be getting that water. But you supposed to rinse off, but everybody don't rinse off, and they nasty. And they be in there with recycling and all kind of shit. Them fish be eating it. Cool. Okay. Wouldn't that be cool though? If the
Yeah.
kids could stick their hand in there and the
And
fish
have the
come
fish
like,
nibble them.
yeah, bro. Let them babies have fun.
Yep.
They gonna make the world better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll bring. Yeah. That's dope. But that's shit. You gotta get this one first.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, like I said, I gotta build a relationship with them. That's why I've been so naggy about this one, because I can't fail. I cannot come through with what I promise, because this is gonna cement a relationship for the future where we can do some other projects. And if I get it wrong the first time ago, they're not gonna want
you
to.
have to escape it good,
Yeah.
bro. You gonna make it look like, well, shit.
Well, I'm only gonna make
you,
it.
I'm
I'm
know
gonna
you
make it.
did it. But
I'm gonna make it based on my skill levels. I'm not a professional
no, I ain't
aquascaper.
talking about that. I'm saying you gonna lay it out like a desert. You don't remember that one episode we did where
Yeah.
it was like, does where you live, where you grew up, does that influence your perception of nature? Yeah.
Of course. That's
So
a no-brainer.
like, yeah, I'm from Houston, bro. Like, it's a jungle. Everything is green.
Yeah.
It's always green. Well, damn near, yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to like other places I've lived, yeah, absolutely. So my stuff is always like, it looked like somebody yard one of them yellow stickers in it from the city. That's what I like it though.
Yeah.
Hey.
So that would be like the ultimate achievement with them, but it's not. I'm not saying that's going to happen next year. It's like everything else. You got to establish these relationships. Maybe it's something that our community here locally decides to get involved with, and maybe it could happen even sooner. It's just it's. But I got to take that first step. I got to do it good.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about it. Well, what I'm getting at is, by doing it good, I mean by completing it by the time that I said I was going to do it. That's
Right.
really what it boils down to. And it's always gets a little bit interesting when you're dealing with when you outsource. That's why also the more people that you outsource your help to, the more you have things to kind of get hiccups.
I'll be telling you that shit all the time. Like, having people, me.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Group projects, and like you get too many people in the pot, and it's just hard to keep track of stuff.
Like right now, I'm waiting on the top. That's all I'm waiting on to finish that stand. To me, that stand should have been done like 3 days ago.
What kind of top?
Well, I posted it. It's a live edge piece of wood slab that's going to go on top of it. So it's going to have that, huh?
The canopy effect?
No canopy. Live edge. Like when they cut lumber and you can
still I know what live edge is. Yeah, the ragged bark. Yeah, they didn't strip the bark.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You just talking about that live edge on the front of the stand.
Still. Yeah, on top of topping off the stand, so you don't.
I'm sitting up here still thinking you're gonna be. I'm like,
no, canopy. Canopies are so fucking 80s, dude.
Bro, no, it's not. It's classic.
Yes, it is. You're stuck in the 80s. You're stuck in the 80s.
No, I don't care. I'm distinguished then. I got a Cadillac in my shit.
Yeah, a Cadillac from 1980s.
Bro, no. This is solid wood, bro.
I'm not saying they're not solid wood. I'm just saying they look antiquated.
It's not, though. It is a proper, like, to me.
Says who?
I'm just telling you, like me, like.
Show me a picture
Like
of
how?
any competition aquarium that has a top.
Now, why in the fuck would you want to put a top on a comp? You literally just said why they don't have tops on competition tanks.
Yeah. Well, that's what this is gonna
Competition.
look.
We're talking about a display piece, furniture, something that is supposed to
That
look
furniture is
good.
ugly. It's tacky. I don't like
And
it.
how though?
The
Like
big
all my
clumsy
tanks
piece of
don't
wood on the
have
top.
canopies on them, but like ones that I set up, like I'm looking at them. They not all of them, of course not. But like if I'm finna set up a tank, and like I know this is like a keeper type shit, it's getting a canopy. Like
Not me.
yeah,
Not me.
like certain size,
Yes. Steampunk tank would be cool.
You know, what's his name did one a long time ago.
Yeah, Sean. What's it? Peck Tech or
yeah, he did it.
his is really nice. I like his.
But like yeah, they were putting them in the TVs, and I had a damn TV to put it in.
See, here's the thing though. I like to break the illusion that it's an aquarium where you are trying to highlight is it an aquarium. And what I mean by that, my idea of an aquarium I want to set up, I want live plants out of the top where you can't tell the difference between the top of the water and the bottom of the water. That's ultimately what I envision. So if you put a canopy, you can't do that.
Why?
Because you have the big barrier, which is the piece of lumber that separates it. It's an obstacle. It's a actual visual
you
obstacle.
Can't soften that edge with plants that hang over it, right?
I'd rather not deal with the top.
You mean like this? Like soften the edge of it and make it,
Like yeah, but I can still see that there's a bunch of wood sitting on top of there.
But like you could do it more. I want to see my wood. It's nice.
I don't.
But
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Right. Well, okay. I'm just saying, but that's what I thought when you said top. That's all.
I know, because you've been telling me since day one that it has to have a canopy, and I keep pushing back on it.
Like me, I've always been like that. Low key, that's part of why.
Fine.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm explaining.
You're just antiquated.
That's why. Stop talking shit so I can fucking explain this to the people, dude. Fuck. Like that's part of the thing that led me to doing the automatic tanks is because it was just so fucking an eyesore to me. Like filters, heaters, tubes, cords. And it's like, that ain't in nature. It's like, okay, how do I get that fine line between good animal husbandry to where I'm not neglecting my animals because they got to have certain requirements, and I'm looking at them. I'm looking at my tanks, the aesthetics, right? So that's what led me to like starting pulling filters and pulling heaters and filter tubes and playing with the what else? Remember we talked about the immersible.
Yeah, that's simple. If you set up a sump, you solve that problem. Honestly, I'd just rather do it a filterless aquarium if it were up to me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what led me to experiment with all those different things. Is how can I make it to where wasn't nothing in there but the fish and their habitat with no auxiliary. So pushing the car like this one, no, it don't have a sump, but it's bottom drill. It's closed loop. I like it. It's good. All you gotta do is worry about hiding two things. That's doable when you got the room, right? But what about some of these, average size person fish tanks, something that one person can move, 55 and down,
Shit, that's why I love under gravel filters. You don't have to hide shit.
Well, you got the uplift tube.
Not if you cut it down. Not if you cut it down to the top of the substrate.
Don't you got to put a piece of hose in there to run the air stone?
Yeah, but you got if you go with a black background and you use the black silicone
Nah,
hoses,
no. I'll see it. Fuck that. Nope. I know what you mean, and I do agree. And yeah, you could hide it, you could soften it up, and by the time the algae patina grows on that hose, and yeah, you ain't gonna be
you
able to
can't
see
see
it.
it on a
I
you
already
can't
know,
see it
but
on a
no,
black hose.
no, screw that. I don't like it. I feel that way about you. How you feel about Canopy? It looks trashy. It. You know what? I'm not gonna go there.
I'll tell you what. Look,
That's how I feel.
honestly, I wouldn't even run an airline. I would use a straight up plenum. No water movement. It's just a void on the bottom of the aquarium. It's going to do its filtration.
Well, that's a
That's
filter
really how I
tank.
want to. That's really
That's
how I want to
tank.
set it up. That's but I've already got a bunch of pushback from everybody that's got involved in this fucking project.
Dude, you're doing number one, it's in a public place. Number two, it's not a hobbyist tank. It is a display. It has to function. It has to work. They have to be healthy
Why
all the
wouldn't
time.
it work doing it that way? I've got plenty of examples of it working.
But what I'm saying is, you're a hobbyist though, and you on
So
top
I'm the
of
one that's going to be doing the maintenance on it. Nobody else.
But you're not the only one that's gonna be with it all the time though.
I'm not with my tanks all the time either.
You don't only want to interact with them though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's like, and don't get me wrong, like if it do it to explain the points of it. That would be a dope tank to do, and have a cutaway of the plenum and explaining how the plenum works, because that's what it's set up to do.
No,
you feel me?
It's set up for them not to even know what's other than they see fish in there.
Well, no, not this one specifically. I'm saying though, like, because
eventually, here's what I'm hoping. That maybe once every 2 or 3 months, they let me do an exhibit where you can teach the kids that are interested in how to set up an aquarium. And then we can talk about, obviously with the little kids, the easiest setup is going to be HOB and a 10-gallon aquarium. Because even the parents can do the maintenance on that real easy. All they got to do is flip out that cartridge, put another one in there. Obviously, I'm going to tell them to upgrade it, put a sponge in there that you can wring out and then put it back in. And that's it. That takes care of that. That would be the easiest, because you're not having to put your hand in the water. Everything's accessible up top. You don't have to do shit. You don't even have to turn it off. And they're relatively inexpensive, and they don't break down. They run forever.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing
for teaching kids how to set one up. Now, as kids advance in the hobby, they can figure that out. But if it ever becomes one of those things where they want to do a class on showing kids how to set one up, that's the way I would do it. It's the easiest way to. You don't have to run an air pump. You don't have to. It's just plug and play.
Yeah. I mean, when though? Like,
no, again, these
summer
are all
program type thing. Like,
this is all like possible ideas. If they come to me and say, "Hey, what else can you do?"
Gotcha.
I would love, if that were to happen, to link up with one of the aquarium manufacturers so they could donate the aquariums. That would be so awesome.
Yeah,
like Aqueon, or even somebody that just has their own shop. But
did you check out Deep Blue yet?
No, I haven't.
You keep forgetting.
Yeah,
bro, check out them. They're American, and they're kind of new-ish. Not really though, no more.
See, that's the problem though. They're kind of newish, and to hit them
like
up for
tanks, bro.
No, I'm not saying that they don't make quality tanks, but you hit up a startup company and asking them for donations when they're just starting up, that could really put a dent in their profit margins.
They're not that they like
that's small.
Been along long enough to donate.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Check them out, and I'm saying that because they rock with the hobby like that, to where they would probably be like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I say that because I got a lot of their free stuff.
yeah. The
They
reason
get it.
that Aqueon comes to mind is because they're already selling inexpensive aquariums as it is. I could easily set these kids up with a 5 or 10 gallon aquarium that probably wouldn't cost a company like them very much money because they're already selling them relatively inexpensive. Or I can find a local business to donate, a few $100s to be able to set up 10, 15 tanks for kids.
That's how
That
many
kind
you
of stuff.
need.
I don't know. I don't know that. I don't even one know if it's a need. Two, if it's something that they want me to do. Like I said, I'm just sharing ideas with you.
Well, you let me know, and I will I'll go down for like a handful of them joints, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, do the 10-gallon wholesale. Here we go. I'm not gonna talk shop, but yeah, bro, that shit. I ain't tripping on that.
What was the name again? What name do you need,
Babies.
Charles?
I would love to. I told you I was gonna do this. I don't even
Yeah, I
care.
know. And like I said,
One
I've
way
been
or
very,
another.
very appreciative of those that have stepped up and
Like, bro, you know what though? And you're welcome. And fuck it. It's all love, G. But peep game. It's cause when Rico said what he said on that one stream, boy, like it just like, poof. Like, bro, that's what I've been trying to say the whole time.
what was the name of the
Always wanna
company?
wait.
The aquarium, Deep Blue, you said?
Yeah, Deep Blue.
Deep Blue Aquariums or just Deep Blue?
Yeah, just Deep Blue. Well, put aquariums, obviously, but
Oh,
because
well, no, it's because they're asking in the chat. Somebody wanted to check it out.
Yeah, Deep Blue.
Oh, here.
Yeah, there. Look, Jeff pulled it up already. Like,
Who?
I got their nets. I got a whole bunch of their stuff. I like they make this one little cut.
Oh.
It almost looked like the 2-gallon bookshelf.
Okay.
But it's a little slimmer, and it's got the dividers in it for the third tanks for your males, for your betas. But low key, that would be dope for killifish, for isolating fry, for isolating males and females. Like, yeah. See what I'm saying? But they make a lot of cool, like, nerdy shit. They know it might not necessarily be like industry, but it's not uncommon either.
Yeah.
Like, Old Roy versus Iams. You know what I mean? Both common dog foods, but like that. So, yeah, check them out. It's in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that.
Got it.
Okay. I'm trying to, it won't let me copy and paste it? Well.
I think Jeff had put it up. Thank you, bro. I'm looking at my comments now. Finally. Yeah. I ain't been following them, but I have them up. I feel better now. That's it's a whole head thing.
Well, dude, I guess we can call it a stream.
Yeah, how long? We've been up here for a while.
For almost 2 hours. Yeah.
Oh, no, we did it. Okay. Well,
so
I'm stoked about this. Like,
yeah,
it's a good opportunity to get the kiddos doing something. But you know what? Here's my thing.
Let me be right. Hold on. Go ahead. Oh.
Yeah. So, like, the question is, building on what Yvonne said when he was on the show, the homie Makoji. All right, you got a fish tank. Now what? So after, and I do mean after, the seed has already been planted and they get hooked on tanks. What do we do to entrust them to be the next critical thinkers, stewards, so on and so forth? And, make sure there's a legacy, because they're gonna get hooked on having an aquarium. They just have to. So the question then is, Now that you have this aquarium, is it just furniture or is it a rabbit hole for you to go down so you can learn and understand more about the world that you are a part of? So that's my whole thing. Yeah, like the homie that uh like the homie Tommy said. That yeah, good night, Renee. So that's where I'm at with it. Because I'm gonna use my kids for an example. Even though they don't care about animals, they don't care about nature. My kids don't care about none of that shit. They like normal kids stuff. They like video games, the phone, social media, whatever, computers. It's cool. Oh my bad. I saw everybody say good night. So I was like, well shit. Good night, big homie. I'm showing love. Well, I'm glad you're still here. But we don't put Renee to bed and he's still up.
No, it's because we had already said we were wrapping up.
Oh, no, but like they hate that stuff. But I was explaining to them, I was like, you do realize that you and your brother have been exposed to stuff that y'all take for granted. That the average person they couldn't do it. And he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah. A lot of shit that you walk around like, man, you supposed to know that. No, you don't. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people who don't know where food comes from. A lot of people who don't know that glass cleaner cleans glass. That one fucking blows my mind. I still can't get over it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was funny. It was funny. But I post a video talking about clean your fish tank with glass cleaner. Like that was a fucking tip of the day. Let me stop. Leave them cheering alone. But that part. So how do we make those stewards of the earth out of these kids so that they know that? Oh man, just common sense stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's one of the things that I see this museum. It's an interactive museum with the interactive exhibits, and they're setting up a display that's going from farm to table. They're showing them the whole process, and they're going to have actually like crops that they're going to be
What?
growing in a garden area, and they're it's what they
Man.
what they're trying to do with that place is really really interesting. So
No, it's just my Gerber. Bro, I'm weird. You remember Home Alone?
yeah,
Remember the pigeon lady
yes,
with the breadcrumbs and shit?
yeah.
Hey, boy, tell me why I was outside. I gotta take the jacket off anyway. Tell me why I was outside looking like the damn pigeon lady, bruh, with all these damn envelopes of seeds in my pockets and shit, cause I was planting my garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that'll be good for them
Yeah.
to grow food.
So, there's like I said, it's an interactive museum. So, you know, I'm kind of excited for this and let's see where it goes. We'll see.
Yeah, I hope so. No, it's gonna be dope. Um, Monday you'll have some greenery to play with.
Yep.
I'm more than sure you'll call me and let me know.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll send you pictures. As a matter of fact, I'll probably do an unboxing video for it.
you know what? I'm kind of weird, but like as I was
No shit.
putting your order together, I was kind of like envisioning in my head where you better put each plant. Like, okay, you're gonna put this motherfucker right here.
Well,
And then you're gonna put this one here. Okay, so he gonna need I gotta go pick some more. Like I was literally designing it like as I was picking stuff for you. Like, so I ain't gonna bogart it. That's all you, G. If you need something and I got it, hit me up. There,
yeah.
that's you. Though, like I ain't gonna bogart it, even though I want to. I just wanna play with the damn thing, bro. I'm
like I
right there
said,
with
hopefully this is the beginning of a good working relationship. So it's going to be plenty of opportunities.
you. Well, hopefully this will make other people that watch us go to their local joints and make their moves how they do in the fish world and make it a damn competition. That's American. We can't do shit positive or good unless we competing. So I say
Yeah.
we need to have who can make the best yard garden, urban garden. And I ain't talking about, going buy a bunch of shit at Home Depot and making it all fancy. I mean, for real, just rake some dirt, grow some vegetables.
Yeah.
Make a competition. Let's just keep doing stuff like this. It's gonna catch on, bro. It's good shit. But yeah, bro, it's already at 150. And
Yeah.
I gotta
I
pee.
still got to go eat dinner and hang out with my
Yep.
wife before I go to work a little bit. So,
Mm-hmm. Well,
well, let's. I just want to say thanks to everybody that was here with us.
yeah.
Apparently it's a good time slot. So we'll continue to tweak with it until we
Yeah.
find that sweet spot. But and mostly it's my availability
You
because
know
I'm the
what?
only one that has an
You
issue
ain't
with
got, you
with
ain't
the time.
lying, bro. It's a good time slot. Everybody happy too.
Yeah.
And you know what? I like that. Like I like seeing everybody in the comments smoozling and mingling, showing love. That's dope. And
Yep.
guess what? We all an eclectic hodgepodge mix of people who just love each other. Like I'm trying not to get all like that, all emotional, but
That could be
I
a
don't
good
know.
possibility.
You
Wednesday.
know, we all love each other, man. It's good
All right.
shit. Love y'all too. Y'all have a good weekend. Be blessed. Bro, the eclipse next month.
All right. You guys take care.
Already. Peace.